guys. Today in this chapter, in this packet that you've got, you have the pronom on. And this is the last of our pronouns that we have to learn. So finally, we're at the end of our pronoun learning steps, but there's still a few more things that we will learn with pronouns and the passé composé. So we'll get to that in another video. But in this video, I want to talk to you about the pronom on and how it's used and what it replaces. So basically, in this sentence, if I had j'adore le chocolat. Et je mange beaucoup de chocolat. So my sentence is j'adore le chocolat et je mange beaucoup de chocolat. It's a little bit repetitive having chocolat in there twice, and so we are now going to be replacing chocolat with the pronom on. And the reason we're going to use on is because of the expression beaucoup de. Beaucoup de is an expression of quantity, and that's what the pronom on replaces, are expressions of quantity. Often it replaces your indefinite or partitive article, such as un, une, des, or deux, with on, but it also replaces expressions of quantity. So, if I were going to rewrite this sentence, not repeating chocolat, my rules are the same. So, here I'm going to replace chocolat with the pronoun on. I'm going to put it in front of my verb. So this is my verb, so my pronoun will go in front of it. So if I rewrite this sentence, j'adore le chocolat et, well, because it's je and my pronoun starts with a vowel, I'm going to do this. J'en mange, sorry about this wiggly line, beaucoup. So if you'll notice, I not only replaced chocolat, I also took out the de, but I left the beaucoup, okay? So the pronoun on often is translated as some or any, and it replaces expressions that start with an indefinite article or the partitive article, un, une, des, or deux, and expressions of quantity. Basically, if you see this word deux in front of a noun, that's what you're going to be replacing, the deux with the noun. Okay? So the pronoun on, replaces these things. If you see, let me make you a list here of the best that I can do. De plus a noun. If you see un, une, or des plus a noun. If you see a number, any number plus a noun. If you see expressions like beaucoup de plus a noun, but une tasse de, that's an expression of quantity, a cup of plus a noun. Okay. Un peu de, a little bit of. Anything that's got, basically, if you'll notice, anything that's got de or a form of de is going to use the pronoun on. Okay? So let me show you this. Your numbers, you will not replace. Your beaucoup will not be replaced. if you've got un or deux tasses de, that would not be replaced, or un peu would not be replaced. But deux is replaced, and un, une, or des are all replaced. Okay, so if I've boxed it, those expressions would not be replaced. You would leave those. So let me look at a few more. The rules of placement is the same rule of placement for every pronoun. Every pronoun. They go in front of the verb unless there's an infinitive, and then they go directly in front of the infinitive. Remember, your infinitives end in er, ir, or re. All right? So let me give you a few practice sentences here. Let's see. Il faut acheter 3 bananes. Okay, so do you see something we can replace there? Is there an expression of de? Do I see a de anywhere? No. But what do I see? I see this number, and it is followed by a noun. Okay? I'm not going to put a box around the number because the number will stay. I'm going to box what I'm going to replace. And again, I'm going to replace banane with the pronoun on. So if I rewrite this sentence, let me identify my verbs. I have a verb right here. But then I look at this next word, acheter, and I notice that that's a verb that ends in an er. So that's going to be my infinitive. So I'm going to put this squiggly box around that because that means my pronoun's going to go in front of that verb. So I'm going to rewrite this sentence by writing il faut on acheter 3. So that means he must buy 3 of them, and the on being the of them. Okay? So, another sentence. Let's do a negative that has a de in it. How about tu n'as pas trouvé. So I'm using the passé composé here. Tu n'as pas trouvé I don't know, de cerises. Tu n'as pas trouvé de cerises? Did you not find any cherries? Tu n'as pas trouvé de cerises? So I see here I have an expression of de, because I see the de right here is my de, and it's followed by a noun, and I know that if I see a de, it's going to go with that noun. So all of that is going to be replaced with on. So let's find my verb. Well, I have this verb right here, and I have this part of a verb, which is the past participle. So technically, I don't have an infinitive, so a trouvé is the verb in itself. So I know that my pronoun is going to go in front of my helping verb. Well, let's rewrite this. Tu, my ne and apostrophe is still there. I know I need my pronoun to go in front of my a. So I'm going to go ahead and write my non, my on there. Tu non as pas trouvé. Tu n'en as pas trouvé. You didn't find any of them. Okay? You didn't find any of them. All right, so that's an example. Let me show you another example with an expression of quantity here. Elle a combien? Let's answer this question. Elle a combien de tomates? Let's answer this question instead of just rewriting it. Elle a combien de tomates? So I'm looking at this. What does combien de mean? How much or how many? And I've got my de. I see it's followed by tomate. I know that's like that. So combien means how much or how many. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that too. But I have to replace combien with a number because it's asking how many. How many tomatoes does she have? Well, let's say she has 2 of them. Where's my verb? Right here. So I know my pronoun's going to go in front of it. And I have my expression with de there. So I know I'm using on. Well, where's your word? I know I'm still using on. So elle, on, a, and if we said we wanted to say 2, elle en a 2. You could put any number there you want to answer. She has 2 of them. And again, the on being the of them. Now, if we wanted to rewrite this question without answering it, then we're going to look at it a little differently. Let me use a smaller eraser here. Didn't work so well. All right, so if we wanted to rewrite the question like we have been doing, it would look like this. And still have my verb in the same spot, still going to put my pronoun in the same spot, but I would not replace my expression of quantity. So, elle en a combien? The de is still going to go. You will never leave the de when you're using the pronoun on. Okay? Elle en a combien? How many of them does she have? You could use the same answer. Elle en a 2. She has 2 of them. All right? So, I hope that's clear. Again, look at your expressions of quantity. If you've got a number, leave the number. If you've got an expression of quantity like combien, you could leave that expression there. All right? So good luck with that. If you need any help, then please, please, please let me know.